Time to work out, man. I need a little bit of pre-workout though. I definitely got more energy, man. Now that I stopped drinking. See, when you're your 40s, man, you can't be drinking a lot, man. It's okay to have a little drink here and there, man, but you know, gotta fight for what's yours, man. Boy, I'm hungry, man. I'm one hungry man right now. Time to get my shit on, man. Hellcat getting old, man. Wait. I tell you, man, the last quarter of your life is gonna suck. I bet it is, man. That's why you gotta prepare for those days, man. That's all I do right now is preparing for the future, bro. Prepping for the future. It's time to get a six-pack back. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Time to get that six-pack back. You feel me? That's why I'm fasting, man. So I can get that six-pack back quicker. My stomach is already shrinking a lot more, man. Ever since I've been fasting and shit. Just a couple of days of not drinking. Stomach started seeing some goddamn progress, man. You see, you can't do both, man. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's one thing I learned coming up, man. And as I get older and wiser, I realize that you can't serve two masters. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You gotta have one or the other, you know. You gotta have one or the other. Either you're gonna have a bunch of drinking, or you're gonna have a woman in your life. I choose to have a woman in my life, man. You know, I choose to have companionship. I choose to be sober, you know, in my life. Always coming in half drunk in the morning, you know. It's looking like a complete hot mess out here, man, in these streets. Just looking a complete hot mess out here. I'm gonna get a little bit of Rockstar. I just want something just to get me up, working out. Feel what I'm saying, bro? You know, with age comes wisdom, man. I see how much time I fucking wasted in my life. And I'm not blaming nobody but myself. But I was misguided, man. I also did come up in, you know, why is this shit buffering, yo? Why is it buffering? You gotta lose some more body fat percentage. This ain't enough. I'm gonna be one hungry dog by the time 1 o'clock come around. Whew. Sometimes I don't even go to 2 o'clock. I just start eating at 1 o'clock. I be so goddamn hungry, man. Shit. But I know it's good for my health to do that. That's why I fast, man. All that pizza and stuff, putting on the pounds, all the drinking and stuff, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth your looks. Drinking, a whole lot of drinking destroys looks, man. It destroys skin and shit. You know, your skin ain't all shiny and stuff. How you gonna attract a woman when your skin is all fucked up? Your looks is important, man. You know, your looks is important. We're gonna get one more Rockstar. We're gonna take a time off tomorrow. This will be the second day working out in a row. And we gotta take a break from this Rockstar. We can't keep drinking it every day. Every now and then it's okay, but not every day. We're gonna have one more Rockstar, and then tomorrow we take a break. That's it. How you doing today? I'm good. Let's see if I got 27 cents. I think I do. Not 30 cents. That's enough. Thank you. Okay, so got this Rockstar. Want to work out for like an hour. I just want more energy to do my workouts too, man. That's another thing. I can work out for a full hour and don't gas out. You drink a whole lot, you ain't gonna do 30-minute workouts, which is not really enough. You need at least an hour of sweating to burn the calories and come down to low percentage body fat. Cause I'm trying to attract a woman with my life, bro. I ain't got no time. Feel me? I want to give myself the best chance, man. I'm trying to attract a woman. You feel me? Or a young woman at that. I don't want these old women, bro. I don't want old women, bro. I want me a young woman to have babies with. I don't want no woman in her 50s and shit, man. That's too goddamn old. A woman in her 50s, if she look good enough, I'll hit it. But long-term relationships, no. I ain't trying to have a long-term relationship with an old woman, bro. A woman around my age, no thank you. You females are too goddamn scarred. You've been through too many men. You've been with too many men. You got so many goddamn demons that you don't even fucking know. The young woman, you know, she hasn't been through a whole lot, so she's not gonna be tainted by society, bro, or by previous relationships. You know, she's not gonna be tainted. You know, women, by the time they get 30 something, they're tainted by relationships. They're tainted by other men. Other men done broke their heart, stomped on it, and they take it out on you. I thought in my head, I said, maybe I should get a female around my age or something. But I want to think about how you gonna have babies though, bro? Can she conceive babies? Can she have babies? Like a young woman can? Hell no. A young woman can have babies standing on her head, bro. And easy too. If you try to have a family with a 40-year-old woman, there's gonna be some complications in the delivery room. You know, I want at least 3 kids at this point in my life, you feel me? You know? At least 3 kids. If we don't get 3 kids, you know what I'm saying, then I don't wanna deal with it, man. 3 kids. Woman could, a young woman in her 20s, she could pump out babies like it's nothing. We supposed to have kids anyway. They take care of us in the older age, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know. Your older age, man, if you don't have kids, nobody's gonna be around. I don't care how much money you got, bro. You're gonna need kids to come around and see you, man, when you're young. You feel me? You know, when you're young, I mean, when you old, I mean, you're gonna need help, man. You know, you're gonna need support. You're gonna need love. You know, that's why, man, I gotta have a bag before I fucking start having kids. But best believe, once I get the bag, I'm gonna be busting nuts inside the coochie right away. Like no condom, just busting nuts. All kinds of good nuts in that goddamn coochie, man. I'm trying to have a baby. I'm trying to have kids. I'm like, baby, I am not gonna pull out. I'm gonna bust nuts in that tight young coochie. You feel me? You feel me? I'm gonna be like, hell yeah. And you know, that's what we gotta do, man. Shit, we get the bag, start busting nuts inside the coochie like right away. I don't think I'm gonna play around too much when I get the bag. Maybe a little bit. Of course, you gotta date and stuff and see which one you can deal with long term. You know, play around for like a year. You know, and pick one, see which one you like the most, and go with that one. You know, bust all kinds of nuts inside the coochie. Now you gotta be careful, man. You know, some of these women are gold diggers, man. When you get the bag, you're gonna have women just faking their funk, you know, behind your back or in front of you or whatever, and you know, they're gonna want to be married to you for only a couple of years and then divorce you. You know, after they get a baby bag. It happened to like Tyrese. He was married to Samantha, a woman that was above his looks level. And she was there for the money, man. She wasn't there for him. And she just up and divorced him for no reason. Cause Tyrese, you ain't Tyrone, bro. You see, these women, they only got a lust for Tyrone. These top tier women, they only want Tyrone and Chad. Okay, now he was Tyrone, then she wouldn't have got up and left like that. I guarantee it, bro. If he was Tyrone instead of Tyrese, you know, she wouldn't have left him like that, bro. But because he wasn't up on her looks level, she couldn't take it no more, man. She took the baby and she left. He just wasn't on her looks level, man. It was all transactional relationship, bro. But that's why I say, man, a lot of these guys who are going overseas, man, they're going out there with just savings and they run out of money. I'm talking about some of these expats, these passport bros, who go out there, you know, they get with some youngin' and they forget that they out there on savings. They're not rich or really financially like they're not financially good out there. That's the tricky thing about moving overseas. Is like you're gonna need generational wealth. You guys just moving over there with a piece of change, moving over there with $200, $300, you know, $300,000 in your pocket, $400,000, $500. Like, bro, you'll run out of that after a while, bro. Once you get over there, you start dating them youngins, and it's more of a transactional relationship. You know, you'll run out of that money after a while, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing too many stories about too many cats going over there, dating these youngins, and buying them things, giving them money, and little by little, their savings start running out, and they got to go back home. They were supposed to have been there on retirement, on savings, and then they run out of savings, and then it's over. They got to go back to the matrix with no money. You know what I'm saying? So, it's better to kind of stay here and build wealth I think so. Um, Investments. Get the bag here and stay here, man. Shit, man. Make investments in America, bro. Where it can last you up until your death, man. You want to be rich for life, man. You don't want to be rich for a portion of your life. You want to be rich for life. So yeah, you can go overseas even with $1 million. You still will go broke, man, if there's no money coming in. You know what I'm saying? You're still living. Like I said, when you get over there to them youngins, you start dating them youngins overseas, it's going to be a transactional relationship, bro. A lot of guys, they got it confused with love. And you think a 20-something-year-old female gonna love an old man that's 60 or even 50? Nah, it's a transactional relationship, bro. I know if I get into a relationship with a youngin, it's gonna be transactional. She's gonna be there just for my wallet. As long as you got that wallet, they're there. But the moment you run out of money, they gone. That's why I be hearing some of these goddamn stories of some of these athletes out here running out of money, going broke, buying all them luxury items and shit. Ain't nothing wrong with buying luxury items. Just do it within the budget. Don't go broke trying to buy them items, bro. Mike Tyson, he had bought a yellow canary ring worth $1 million back in the height of his career, bro. I think he was in Africa or something. He went to Africa and he bought like a diamond ring for no apparent reason. I'm like, bro, how's that gonna, it depreciates in value when you buy it. It's time to resell it, man. It ain't worth as much. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Scott Storch. Just buying all kinds of yellow canary diamonds and Bugattis. Next thing you know, he's addicted to coke, and then he went broke. You feel what I'm saying? That's enough Rockstar, man. We gotta drink some water though before we work out. I just want to have a taste of that. I wish they served Rockstar in a smaller can, because I don't drink most of my shit at all. I have maybe half of the can. Sometimes only a quarter of the can. I'm gonna toss it out. Toss it away. I don't need all that. I'm about to work out and get this beast mode on today. I think today is sprint day. Basically leg day. When I'm doing sprints, that's leg day. Sprints make your legs big, man. Because you're using them power muscles on a hardcore mode. Out here, man, I'll tell you, man. I'm going to tell you what females that be checking for me out here. It be the old ones in their 50s. And don't get me wrong, they nice girls and stuff, man. And I'm pretty sure that they nice. But these are leftover women, man. Whether you like it or not, these are leftover women. And I don't want a leftover woman, man. I don't want women that I can't have babies with. Over here, where I be working out at, there be these older females that be checking for me, man, out here, man. Older Asian females, around 50, stuff like that. Them type of women, of course they're gonna holler at you. You above their looks level, and you younger than them. You know, of course they checking for you. The fat ones, the fat ones checking for you and shit like that. You know, they'll check for you. But the pretty ones, or women around your looks level, either they'll give you some attention, or they won't. Yeah. They know when they about to get fed, man. They know when they about to get fed. I give them. They know when I got something in my hand, they about to get fed. Feed them that. I don't really eat chips that much, man. I do, but I give the chips to the seagulls. The chips that I buy in Starbucks, I just give it to them, man. Well, breakfast is served. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm looking for a young, fertile woman. I ain't looking for no woman that's like way past her prime. A woman that's 40. I can't pair bond with you women. You've been hurt too much by other men. So I can't deal with it. Nah, they've been hurt. They've been destroyed. Even if you did try to like start a relationship with a leftover woman, things would go south really quickly. You feel what I'm saying? She's not open to love. You know what I'm saying? She been living too much goddamn life, bro. We got to drink some more water. Today's sprint day, yep. And then Capoeira day afterwards. Sprint and Capoeira. And I always do my sit-ups at the end. But also I'm gonna do some push-ups too. Keeping my body in shape, get my body in shape. I'm getting ready for my wife, man. My future wife, I'm trying to attract. So I can eat it from the back. Like Joey Finger said. Eat it from the back. Because I know I ain't gonna be in this body for long, man. Like, my body keeps changing. Every year is getting worse. And I'm just concentrating on the future right now. I ain't worried about right now. Focus on the future. I've been thinking about getting a bag, coming back, and try to date some of the women I have my eyes on. You feel what I'm saying? And I've been thinking, like, maybe I should get, like, a woman that really, truly loved me. I've been back and forth with it, though, man. Maybe an average-looking woman or something that's really attracted to me. Or a woman that's bad, a bad bitch, a baddie, And I'm like, really, I'm back and forth with it, man. I'm like, damn. But ain't nothing like when a woman really like you, man, for you and shit. Cause I seen some millionaires do it, man. I seen Richard Lusting do it, man. He won all that money, but he still stayed with his wife, man. He still stayed with his average wife. Same thing with Mark Zuckerberg. He got all that money, but he still was with his wife, bro, throughout all them years. He never traded up into like a bad bitch or nothing like that. And I kind of understand why, because ain't nothing like a woman who who's really attracted to you physically. You feel what I'm saying? Well, on the other hand, you want the bad bitches too. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, do they really want you? No. Like if I all of a sudden came into a bag and that fat female, you feel me? Her friend that's a 7.5, all of a sudden she became interested in me. It wouldn't be a authentic relationship. It would be more of what can he buy me. It'll be a transactional relationship because she didn't like me before the money. So, yeah, I'll be getting some top tier cooch, or she's close to top tier, but it won't be a real authentic relationship. So you got to settle for a less attractive woman when you want something authentic. At this time in my life, bro, I am not picky. I haven't had sex in like 2 years, so an average woman would be nice for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just to date your face match for a change. You know. Just to be able to date your face match. Would be good right now. Instead of dating sub-5 fat women, bro. That's why we getting this bag together so we could date women at least around our face match. At least around, a woman that's a 5, 6, or a 7 or something. Not no below average looking woman. I don't feel them, man. I never did. Even when I was in my 20s, I never felt them like that. I might have had sex with them a couple of times, but most of the times it was just like, nah, I'm good. Matter of fact, not just most, all of the times. I'm like, I'm good. I ain't doing this long term. We'll have sex behind closed doors, but I ain't taking you out to eat. I ain't taking you out to a movie or nothing like that. That's how I did women that was below me in looks. But women that like the average woman, I would treat her special. You know what I'm saying? A woman that was a 5, 6, or a 7, I would treat her special. Like Gwen, I treated her special, man. We went out, we had dinner and stuff together, caught a movie, you know what I'm saying? We went to Marine World. Yeah, we went to Marine World together. Me, her, and her 2 kids and shit. I was playing stepdaddy because Gwen was fun. I didn't mind being stepdaddy for her, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because she was fun. Boy, she had a nice big butt on her. God. Oh, I'm just thinking about it right now, man. Shit, I miss Gwen, bruh. Man, I was only with her for like 6 months, though. We was only dating for 6 months. We did stop seeing each other for a while because the Chad Rome boyfriend came into the picture, or came back into the picture. And I think she called me, or somehow I got in contact with her months again, and I went back over there to hit it again. I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of woman I like. A woman of Gwen's body type, that's the type of woman I like. We're talking about both ass and breasts at the same time. She had it, boy. You know what I'm saying? Hard to replace that one. As a matter of fact, I haven't replaced her ever since. But I'm looking for a young female that's built like Gwen. You know what I'm saying? Gwen was tall too, man. She wasn't no shorty pants, man. She was around 5'7", somewhere around there, man. At the time, I was 5'9", and I'm still 5'9". I was 20s and stuff. You feel me? Hello.
Thank you.
I gave her my can. The can lady, she comes around I didn't want to drink all of my Rockstar, man. I gave it to her. But anyway, like I said, man, I'm ready to like settle down. So that's why I'm prepping for it. That's why I stopped drinking and stuff. Because I had to make a decision. I'm just like, either keep on drinking and your face gonna keep on looking horrible. You know what I'm saying? Or if you feel me, like, or you're not gonna be able to attract right. You ain't gonna be able, because when you drink alcohol, it take away your looks, it take away the shine on your skin. The skin is all dehydrated, and it's making it harder on yourself to attract. So I said, man, give up that shit, bro. And it's not worth it no more. You know what I'm saying? My third day sober. I ain't touched no alcohol, and I plan to not touch any alcohol no more. I don't think I have a need for it. Now, if I relapse, it'll probably be like a couple of weeks from now or something like that. But as long as the relapses keep getting further apart from each other, you good. But I want my looks back, man. I don't look all handsome like with all that alcohol in my goddamn system all the time. How you gonna be able to impress these women, bro? Your skin ain't up to date. The skin hella dry. You see my skin has gotten more moisturized and shit. I've been putting lotion on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to attract, man, young females. That's why I get this body in shape, man. Bring the body fat percentage down lower. Six pack is back. Your six pack ain't whack. It's back. Yeah. What's up with it? No filter. Just drink on the weekends. Yeah, I could do that, man. It's either I'm gonna quit drinking or I'm slowing it down by 90%. That'd be cool, drinking on just on weekends and then back to your regular schedule. You know what I'm saying, on Mondays. But I have right now I have no desire to drink, and that's a good thing, man. I'm feeling more live. I got my energy back, you know what I'm saying? I ain't all tired. You feel me? I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to work out, about to beast mode out. I'm doing this for my wife, man, and my kids, man. My future kids, my future wife. I feel like I just got one more shot at this, you feel me? I got one more shot at love, man. And I don't want to be old and alone, so I said, fuck it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Leave the alcohol alone, bro. Concentrate on, focus on your numbers. You know what I'm saying? Focus on getting our body in shape to attract these young females, man. Young females, they like an older man with a nice body and shit, man. Six-pack abs, muscles and stuff. Like my nephew said, man, there was this 50-year-old dude, and he was shredded. He had muscles and stuff in his classroom because he did martial arts because of me. I told him to go to martial arts. He went to Taekwondo. Feel what I'm saying? And he was saying that this 50-year-old dude was still attracting them youngins because he had his body game on point still. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to attract them youngins, man, your body got to be on point. You can't have a big old fat gut sticking out from here to Kingdom Come. Big old pot belly, drinking a bunch of alcohol, your skin is off point. Look at my skin, look a lot better. It's clearing up. I had like splotches on my skin from the drinking and just straight up just dry skin. You feel me? How you gonna attract a woman? Your skin ain't on point, your body ain't on point. Like, man, just like Bulldog Mindset said, you trying to attract a woman? Lift up your shirt. Let me see your six pack. Okay, you ain't got one. Well, you ain't trying hard enough, bro. Us dudes under 6 feet tall gotta try harder. That's your reality, bro. Chad and Tyrone, they don't have to try. All they gotta do is just show up to the party. You gotta try harder. You can't live by Chad's and Tyrone's rules. You gotta live by your own rules and your own reality. Meaning that you have to work out. You're under 6 feet tall. You gotta work out. The 6 footers, they don't really have to work out to attract females, bro. I noticed that. And all they gotta do is maintain low percentage body fat and show up to the party. They don't have to be doing a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups and squats, trying to make up for their height and shit. They ain't trying to do all that. And they don't have to do all that. You feel what I'm saying? When the highly competitive dating market is out here, bro, you gotta be out here working out. You gotta have a six-pack. As highly as competitive the dating market is today, you gotta be working out. You gotta stay with your shit, bro. You gotta be chasing the bag. You feel what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be old and alone as a man. I don't want that to happen, man. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want that to happen. And I miss love, man. I miss making love to a woman. You feel me? I miss love. I miss making love to a woman. I miss being intimate with a woman. I miss eating it from the back, eating it from the front. I miss being inside a coochie. I miss being inside a warm, moist coochie. Let me keep my voice low, man, because kids are getting out of the cars with their parents and stuff. I gotta keep this shit rated 13. PG-13. I miss that, bro. And it's time to start getting back into that. We're gonna lower this body fat percentage as low as I could get it, maybe to like 10%. I'm gonna cut the carbs and stuff. I might just have my carbs in the daytime and then cut the carbs at night. Like last night I had a burrito. I shouldn't have had that, but I guess tonight we're just gonna have a big ass salad for dinner. You know what I'm saying? For lunch, what we gonna have? Yeah, we're gonna have our carbs for lunch. We're gonna have chicken and rice, or maybe like beef and broccoli and rice for lunch. You know what I'm saying? Then at nighttime we're gonna have a big ass salad. Just cut that carb, man. So we can lean this body the fuck out. So I could get me a woman in my life, even though I'm broke, still attract a woman. Look at your body. You know what I'm saying? I want to attract, and I want to be intimate, and I want to be successful. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I gotta go. I'm running my mouth too much. I'll be back on after my workout. You guys know how I do it. Been dropping like 3 or 4 or 5 videos a day and shit, but I want to keep them at 40 minutes. I don't want to bore you guys too much. Hour-long videos and shit all the time. You guys have a good day. I gotta get to my workout. Peace out, take care, and bless. I am out.